Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been a minute, but life has been lifing. My daughter is due to have her baby. She's due to be induced on June 1st, so I've had my grandson off and on. It's just been really busy. So I haven't had a lot of time to get on here and make videos, but it looks like things are starting to calm down. So I'm back. And I'm excited to kind of restart this YouTube journey and see where it takes me. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I am retired, and so is my husband. We each get a little bit of retirement pay from the military, and we've only been retired for just over a year. So we're figuring it out as we go and trying to find our way. And one thing that we're coming to realize is whenever you only get paid once a month and it's not a large amount, a lot of times at the end of the month, the money starts to run out. So I've had to try to think of things that I can do that don't require all of my time, because I do want to enjoy being retired. To bring in a little extra money. And one thing that I had done in the past for many, many years, well over 20 years, was sell stuff on eBay. Well, I haven't done that in probably 5 or 6 years full time. I've sold things like little things here or there, but I've had 0 items listed in my store for a while. So last week, my husband and I decided to make a trip to what we lovingly call the Pound, which a lot of people call the bins. It's a Goodwill clearance center where you can buy things by the pound. And usually things cost roughly $1.50 each whenever we get home and count and break down the numbers. So last week we went. It's about an hour away, and I spent 3 hours there, which is probably the longest I've ever spent there. But I was able to find 229 pieces, and my goal is just to list 20 a day. Nothing huge, nothing hard to do. And so this would be day 4 for me, and I haven't listed anything today. It's still fairly early in the day. So how is it gone? The first day, I did my 20, and I sold 1 item. So that was exciting to have 1 item sell on day 1. Day 2, I only got 10 done because I had to go pick my daughter up, and she lives an hour away, bring her to her doctor's appointment. And as we're sitting in the parking lot, my 4-year-old grandson decided that it would be fun to swallow a penny. So we were already in the parking lot, so to urgent care he went. And they did find the penny. It was in his stomach. So my daughter's going to have a good time trying to find it when it leaves his body. So yeah, only got 10 done that day. And then yesterday I got 25 listed. So I am still 5 in the hole. So today I've got to get 25 done. And now mind you, like the things that I sell that I find at the bins, they're nothing spectacular. They're just your everyday clothing items. I really don't find very many high-end pieces. I think I maybe found 1 or 2. I did get a Tory Burch swimsuit that looks like it sells for around $60, so that's exciting. But most things literally will sell for $12, which it's fine. So in the last 3 days, I've sold 4 items, and the money that will go to my bank account is right at $41. So after fees and everything, it looks like we're profiting about $10 an item. But if you multiply that out, 229 items, that's like close to $2,300, and I spent $300. So we're gonna test this out and see how it goes. Just listing 20 items a day to see if it can bring in a little extra to help us out in retirement. I don't want it to be a full-time thing. I still want to be able to have my own free time, and not have to be a slave to my desk. And I want to be able to make YouTube videos and talk about being retired. So that's kind of my mindset, is I don't want to take it too seriously, but just seriously enough that we can have maybe an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. Let's see what else. Oh, I got my garden planted. It's not very much. I literally have 2 tomato plants, and my son put in some watermelon seeds that we had saved from a watermelon we grew last year, and we already had 16 little seedlings come up, which may be problematic because it's not a very big garden bed. So I gotta figure out how and what to do with that. I'm not a gardener. I want to be a gardener. So yeah, I've tried for many years to get things to grow, and in many years I've failed. And lots of plants have lost their lives because of me. I forget to water them. So maybe in retirement and being more slowed down and having more time to myself, I can remember to go out there and actually water the garden. But my thought process with this channel is to maybe give updates on how much I'm making to help myself in retirement, and maybe it will inspire somebody else to do it too. It doesn't have to be a serious thing. It can just be, well, to a degree. So what I've found with eBay is you have to be a little bit consistent, even if it's only listing 1 or 2 items every single day. As long as most days you're putting something new on there and you're showing that you're on the platform, usually you can get sales. But if you list 10 items and then don't list again for 2 weeks, you're really not going to sell anything. So in that regard, I guess it is a little time consuming, but for listing 20 items, I think it takes me about 20 or 2 hours per day. So, I've got 14 hours, 16 hours, something like that of free time every day. So I don't mind giving up too. Also, I was able to buy a car. The VA realized that they messed up my effective date. And so I got some back pay, and I was able to buy a car outright so that I don't have car payment. So that's nice. What else has been going on? That's really it. We don't do a whole lot, and I want to do more, but whenever you're retired and on fixed income, you have to be selective of what you do, and you have to learn how to entertain yourself more at home. And that's fine because I'm kind of a homebody. I did buy a bunch of books too. There was a sale and they were like 50 cents. And I watched a couple of Whatnot shows where people were selling books, and I was like, well, that looks like fun. Maybe I'll do that. And I bought the books and I didn't do it. So there's some in there that I would like to read. There's a lot that I wouldn't. So I guess I have some books to entertain myself with too. But that's about it. That's what's been up. And if you want to follow along on my journey to making a little bit of extra retirement income, please subscribe. Please leave me some comments, because I think it's awkward just talking to a screen and not knowing if anybody's really watching or paying attention. So yeah, interact with me in the comment section. I will reply. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this thing goes. So we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.